It's FA Cup weekend and Tottenham Hotspur will take on Morecambe at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow. Antonio Conte has stated if players want to improve, they have to listen. Reports are stating that a priority in this transfer window is a centre-back. Spurs are now being linked with Norwich City midfielder Todd Cantwell, and Matt Doherty could be used as part of a trade for Adama Traore. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. In today's video, I'll be going through all of the latest Tottenham news, all of the transfer news, all of the rumours and all of the reports. If you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell where YouTube will notify you every single time I upload a new video. Just before I get into today's video, make sure that you download the OneFootball app for all of the live football scores, results and news, as well as getting all of the latest Spurs news on this channel. You can also see it all here. Download the OneFootball app to keep up to date with everything Tottenham Hotspur, club news, transfer news, match information, videos, tables and results from all around the world. Don't miss out, and please do let me know what you think of this app. So first up, let's talk about the FA Cup. Of course, it is FA Cup weekend. Tottenham Hotspur are in action tomorrow on Sunday afternoon as we will be facing League One side Morecambe in the third round at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 2 p.m. kickoff. Now, Morecambe in League One have played 24 games. They are just 1 point above the relegation zone. They have won 6, they have drawn 5, they have lost 13, they have a goal difference of -15, they have 23 points. Last time they played a league game was last weekend. They were 3-0 down at home against Doncaster and they come back to win the game 4-3. Please do let me know your score prediction for the Morecambe game in the FA Cup third round in the comments section below. I'm going for a 3-0 Tottenham Hotspur win. A report has just been published by the Guardian newspaper and they are stating that Tottenham Hotspur head coach Antonio Conte will continue to deliver uncomfortable truths to his Tottenham players because, and then it quotes him in saying, with good lies, you don't have a long time to live. The manager, who lost Heung-min Son to a muscle injury for the remainder of the month, poured out his frustrations after Wednesday's dismal 2-0 Carabao Cup semi-final first leg defeat at Chelsea. Conte said the tie had highlighted how far Spurs were from the top level and added, and then they've quoted him again in saying, there is not only a problem of mentality here, pointing out that Chelsea had invested heavily last summer on the back of winning the Champions League. Then quoting him again in saying, this is enough to understand the difference at this moment between us and them. In the report from The Guardian, it then goes on to say that Conte wants to strengthen his squad this month and he has a strong interest in Wolves star Adama Traore, who can play at right wing-back or further forward on the flank. He also likes the Brighton right-sided player Tariq Lamptey, although the 21-year-old could prove to be too expensive. Conte is focused on drawing the best from his existing players, based in part on a man management approach of brutal honesty. They then quote Antonio Conte in saying, when I was a player, I hated the coach that told me good lies to keep me calm and in a good relationship. If players want to improve, it's important that they listen every time to the truth. I was very clear after Chelsea. It was not only the tactical aspect, but also the mentality. After a loss, you can learn more than after a win, and my players know very well that I'll tell them always the truth, because with the truth, you can improve. With good lies, you don't have a long time to live. The Guardian have then stated that Heung-min Son felt a reaction in a leg muscle after the Chelsea game, and Antonio Conte said the player would not train before the winter break, which begins on the 24th of January. It means that Heung-min Son will miss Sunday's FA Cup home tie against Morecambe, the return leg against Chelsea, and the Premier League matches against Arsenal, Leicester and Chelsea. Harry Kane will be rested against Morecambe after playing 6 times in 17 days, and Dele Alli is set to start in a heavily rotated lineup. Spurs are open to moving on a number of players, including Matt Doherty, Joe Rodon, Dele Alli and Steven Bergwijn. Joe Rodon, an £11 million signing from Swansea in October 2020, is more likely to be loaned than sold. Now, my thoughts on Antonio Conte's comments. I tell you what, this is one thing I love about our manager, his honesty. And, sometimes you've got to be brutal. Sometimes you have got to say that something is simply not good enough. And, some of these players need to realise that as well. A huge rebuild is needed at Tottenham Hotspur. We all know that as Tottenham Hotspur fans. But if anyone can do it, it is Antonio Conte. But it is about the backing. And I'm just hoping and praying that Antonio Conte is backed in the right way, because I think he can take us places. Best of luck to the Tottenham Hotspur under-18s who are in action this morning. 11 a.m. kickoff away at Arsenal at their training centre in the under-18 Premier League. The Tottenham Hotspur under-23s are in action on Monday, as we'll be travelling away at Manchester United at Lee Sports Village. And that kickoff time is 7 p.m. A report has just been published by the Evening Standard, and they are stating that Eddie Hearn tips return to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Alexander Usyk clash. Eddie Hearn has suggested that Anthony Joshua could return to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for his rematch with Alexander Usyk. The promoter also backed the idea of the bout taking place in April of this year, mooting Wembley as a potential alternative. Eddie Hearn said, "I think April is realistic for the fight. The preferred venue will be in the UK, in which case we would have to do the fight outside, and we're not really interested in doing that in March. We've had 2 or 3 offers from different countries to stage Joshua v Usyk, but for me, after the success of the Spurs fight, other than the result, I would love to do the fight back in the UK, possibly at Spurs again or at Wembley." He then went on to say, "I feel like it's a must-win for AJ. If we have the opportunity to stage the fight in the UK, we should do it. And if he can win that fight on home soil, it would be pretty special." Now, my thoughts on this, I'll tell you what, I went to the Joshua v Usyk fight last year at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What an incredible night. The atmosphere that night, simply incredible. Unbelievable, actually. I was very lucky to be ringside and, to look up and see all of the fans in the stadium. The atmosphere, the singing, everybody had just such a fantastic night. I know AJ obviously didn't win the fight, and Usyk did. But as an event venue, our Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is simply incredible. Now, last week, I was very lucky to interview the Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, talking all about the January transfer window. If you haven't seen it, please do check it out. I'll put the link below. But on his Here We Go podcast recently, he has come out and said, talking about Tottenham, they will go for a centre-back. The priority is a centre-back, but let's also see if they go for a winger. We've had lots of rumours about Adama Traore. He is super appreciated by Fabio Paratici and the Tottenham sporting director, but it's not going to be easy. A report has just been published by the Evening Standard all about Norwich City star Todd Cantwell, and it states Norwich boss Dean Smith cannot guarantee Todd Cantwell's future at Carrow Road following talk of interest from Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United. The midfielder is reportedly available for a January transfer if an interested club can meet his £15 million valuation, with the Premier League duo said to be joined by ambitious Championship clubs in considering a bid. Norwich City boss Smith said, "I know there is an awful lot of speculation about Todd at the moment, and there is always going to be about your good players. He has been in a situation where when we arrived, he had not been training with the first team for a while, so we had to build up his fitness, and now he is in a good place." Smith then went on to say, "Hopefully he will still be here and playing well, because it is what we want from him. We know what we can do at this level, and we are working hard to get him back to that." So what do we know about Todd Cantwell? Well, he plays for Norwich City. He is 23 years old, centre midfielder, 102 appearances for Norwich, scoring 13 times, 4 appearances for the England under-17s and 4 appearances for the England under-21s. Now, whenever I see Tottenham Hotspur being linked to a player, I always think, is he going to improve our starting 11? Can he be a game changer from the bench? Is he better than what we currently have in the Tottenham Hotspur squad? And my answer to all of those questions is no. So I don't see that Tottenham Hotspur would get this deal done. I'd be very surprised if they got this deal done, because I just think it would be another player where they'd come in for some cup games, they would come in for some league games, would probably find out that they're not actually that great. I want to see real improvements in this squad. And, some people probably thinking I'm very, very harsh about this possible move for Todd Cantwell. But it's about, really, really improving this squad and, taking us to the next level. And I just don't see that the likes of Todd Cantwell and other players that we've been linked with recently, taking us to that next level. It is all about club direction. Antonio Conte is working extremely hard getting the best out of some of these players, but to help him out and to help him out big time, it is taking us to the next level, and now buying premium players. I know many people will probably say, well, Cantwell plays on the left, he can also play on the right, he can also play in the centre. But when I look at the positions and players that we have currently got, who is he better than? Is he going to come in to replace Lucas Moura? Is he going to come in and replace Heung-min Son? Is he going to come in and replace one of the central midfielders? I just can't see that he is an improvement on this current Tottenham Hotspur starting 11 and indeed the Tottenham squad. Lots of reports published in the last couple of days stating that Tottenham Hotspur right-back Matt Doherty could be returning to Molineux and signing for Wolves. This one is from Sunday World, and they are stating that Matt Doherty caught up in a transfer battle as Spurs look to sign a top target. In the main report, it says Matt Doherty's Tottenham future remains unclear after it emerged he has become involved in a transfer tussle with his former club, Wolves. Tottenham's long-term interest in Wolves winger Adama Traore has been revived in recent days, with Spurs boss Antonio Conte giving the green light to a deal to sign the powerful attacking star. Yet Wolves are also looking to do a deal to bring Doherty back to Molineux 18 months after they sold him to Tottenham. The Republic of Ireland fullback has struggled to make his mark at Tottenham under both Jose Mourinho and now Antonio Conte. But Tottenham insiders have suggested the Spurs boss is not willing to allow the player to leave until he finds a replacement. It remains to be seen whether a deal to bring Traore to Tottenham can be thrashed out, with Doherty being part of the transfer. While Doherty has yet to start a Premier League game for Spurs this season, he has been a regular substitute for Conte and has started in 7 cup matches. However, he has struggled to make his mark in the Tottenham Hotspur side, and it remains to be seen whether the club's current stance that he cannot be sold unless a replacement arrives holds firm for the rest of this month's transfer window. Now, my thoughts on this, and I'll be completely honest, I would be very, very surprised if Matt Doherty is a Tottenham Hotspur player on the 1st of February. I really, really will. However, I know in this report it says that Antonio Conte probably wants a replacement before Matt Doherty can go. But in my opinion, I think that you can play any Tottenham Hotspur defender at right back or right wing back, and they would probably do a better job than Matt Doherty. That is probably quite harsh, but it's true. In reality, Matt Doherty has had a number of opportunities in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, and I don't think he's taken one of them. Now, in yesterday's video, I quoted Antonio Conte talking about Christian Eriksen, and he stated that he is always welcome back at Spurs and the door is always open. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, whether you would like to see Christian Eriksen back in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt by simply putting yes Christian or no Christian, because, bearing in mind, Christian Eriksen is available now on a free transfer. Now, my thoughts on it, if the insurance will allow Christian Eriksen to play Premier League football, then I would love to see him back in the Premier League, and I'd love to see him play for Spurs again. I would absolutely love that. I'll tell you what, we always talk about game changers, the lack of game changers on Tottenham Hotspur's bench. I would love to see him, and for a free transfer as well, I think it's a no-brainer.
Thanks, Chris, and hello to everybody watching. I'm Bill from Football Prizes. I'm just here to tell you about the weekly Spurs prizes that we run on the site. Some of our previous Spurs prizes range from the likes of signed shirts and boots and mounts from players such as Harry Kane, Son Heung-min and Lucas, right through to club legends like Paul Gascoigne and Jurgen Klinsmann. You can watch the live draws on our Facebook page, and you can go on our site and see the previous Spurs winners, as well as what prizes we have to offer at www.footballprizes.co.uk.
Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do let me know all of your thoughts and comments in the comment section below on everything I've spoken about in today's video. If you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell where YouTube will notify you every single time I upload a new video. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe and well. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.